Welcome to Magic Hour with Paul Chappell. The Matrix has done something that I told you I would not do, which is review trailers, but this new Matrix 4 trailer is just badass. This trailer is better than Viagra and not as expensive. It's actually free on YouTube, so go watch it because I'm not going to play this trailer. First of all, it has a well-known song in it, and I know if I put this trailer up in my video, I'm going to get a copyright strike just for that because they're playing White Rabbit by I forgot the name of the group, but very popular song, perfect for this trailer because that song is all about Alice in Wonderland. Beautiful song. Go watch this trailer right now if you haven't seen it. I'm going to just go through the trailer. I have it up here on my screen. I'm just going to go through it frame by frame, tell you what I kind of think about this. This is not the movie I thought I needed. When I heard they were going to do a Matrix 4, I thought, oh, that's going to be so terrible. How is that going to work? Because didn't Neo and Trinity die? Because you need those two at the very least to do the movie, right? Maybe even Morpheus. Morpheus is the only one that out of those three that didn't die, which we'll get to in a second. First shot of this movie, strangely enough, is, and I know this because I used to live there, this is a San Francisco skyline. Let me just say a few things about San Francisco. They're showing these houses. Supposedly this is where Neo psychiatrist lives. Now this psychiatrist must be loaded. Because let me tell you, houses like this in San Francisco, even like townhouses, they go for $1 million easy. Probably more than that, wherever this location is. Let me just tell you that this whole dream that people have of going to San Francisco or any other California city and living this nice suburban life or nice little city life, you're going to have to pay. And you better be some kind of tech worker or something because it's a lot of money. You're not going to be working at Starbucks and living in San Francisco. I've done it. I had a studio apartment for $1,000 a month. And that was years ago. God knows what it is now. So the reason why this is significant, though, is that they're showing the San Francisco skyline is that in the original movie, you were not really clear on what city Neo lived in. Now that they shot the movie in Sydney because Sydney or Australia had these tax incentives, I think, for movie productions at the time. But they obviously meant for the city to resemble some generic type of city in America, probably New York. But it was, obviously Sydney. Later, I think Reloaded was shot in Alameda, which I also lived in. Actually, I had an apartment in Oakland and worked in Alameda. But anyway, let's move on. So right away, they show a black cat, which is, of course, a reference to the original movie. Silly if you ask me. Come on, it's kind of gratuitous. It's really gratuitous. But Neo, or Mr. Anderson, as he's known, is in therapy with Neil Patrick Harris. Neo says he's been having dreams and he believes that they're real. And we see some shots from the original movie, but we also see at least one shot from this movie because they show Morpheus somewhere. Well, I can't find it now, of course. Of course I can't find it now. And then you see this ring. I think that's the Merovingian. But anyway, getting back to Neil Patrick Harris. Look at the color of his glasses. They're blue. They're a blue you don't usually see in frames for glasses. Really unusual. But we see later in the trailer that Neo looks depressed. He's got the ducky on his head. That's kind of funny. This is another shot of San Francisco. This is the Bay Bridge. I used to drive on this. This is actually the new Bay Bridge because they had to replace a big section of it. So that's, going into Oakland. There's Neo again in his tug looking depressed. He knows something wrong, just like in the original movie. He knows something wrong. So apparently, we know Neo appeared to die in the third movie. He was taken away by the robots, though, and we don't know what happened to him after that. Did he get replugged into the Matrix? It seems likely. Here's where the narrative goes off the rails here. Trinity. He meets Trinity somewhere, and they immediately feel like they know each other. And let me just say, Carrie Ann Moss, whew, she still looks good. She's still talented. She was recently in Jessica Jones. I liked her in that. Okay, but we see in this shot that Neo has been prescribed the blue pill. And what's the blue pill? The blue pill keeps you in the Matrix, make sure you are fully vaccinated, if you will, against the true nature of reality in the Matrix. Keeps you blind to what's really going on. And so he's taking those blue pills. He's been prescribed by a doctor who's wearing glasses with the same color as that blue pill. In this shot, Neo sees some birds and something. It's probably a glitch in the Matrix. I'm not sure what's happening with the birds, but he noticed something's going on. He's in the elevator. He's the only one not on his phone. He's the only one not plugged in, if you will. He looks up at the mirror. Now, mirrors have a very big significance in the original movie. They're just windows into other realities, and we're going to see that play out literally later in the trailer. Here's Neo going into a coffee shop. He walks up to a black lady who's reading Alice in Wonderland, and she looks suspiciously like the Oracle, a younger version of the Oracle. So I'm getting vibes that, like, all these people that turn out to be programs in the original movie, the Oracle, maybe even Morpheus. It seems like, well, Morpheus wasn't a program, but my feeling is that Neo has been replugged into the Matrix, and he is now needed for some reason by the machines, and they want to maybe they need to present these characters from his former life to kind of, shake his mind up a little bit, get his memories back so that he remembers who he is. And here he's looking into a mirror and someone else's face up here. I'm not sure who this is. I've looked at this several times. I'm like, I don't recognize this actor. But like I said, mirrors are windows into other realities in the Matrix. Here, of course, is Morpheus. There's got to be Morpheus. He's wearing the same glasses. He's offering Neo the same choice that he had in the original movie, which is the blue pill or the red pill. In fact, this has been codified in our culture, mainly in debate culture, the idea that you can be red pilled on a subject. And then we got a shot of, instead of the Wachowski brothers now, just a little side note, neither one of the original so-called brothers that directed the original movie are actual men anymore. They both transitioned into women. But one of the brothers, I forget the name of the other brother, but he didn't want to come back for this movie. He didn't want to revisit. So Lena decided just to direct this movie on her own. Here we have, again, the White Rabbit. And this actress, and I forget her name, but she was in Game of Thrones as one of the Sand Snakes. She has blue hair. So this is probably going to piss off all those outright movie critics like The Quarter. What's that guy's name? The Quartering and Critical Drinker, Geeks and Gamers, all those guys. They're going to be pissed when they see this strong female character. Because they hate strong female. They hate women, really. But they hate really strong female characters. But that's just a staple of the original movie. She's serving as pretty much the same role that Trinity had in the original movie. She's showing Neo this gateway to this other dimension. They walk through a mirror. And then just Neo realizing who Trinity is. And you see the lines of code running through her face. So that tells me that she's not actually still alive. Because Trinity died. I mean, conclusively, she died. So for some reason, they're using a program of Trinity to, like I said, re-jog his memory. I'm just assuming that this Morpheus, which is a younger Morpheus, is also there to, rejog his memory, which is why they have this dojo scene. And, of course, Neo remembers that he has power or uses his power and that he can do Kung Fu. Now, this is Zion. This is a picture of Zion. So, Zion hasn't been reoccupied, it looks like. What happened to the people that were still in there? I don't know. Be interesting to find out. And then we got we have this police officer being morphed by an agent. So the agents are back. Who are they working for though? Are they working for machines? I'm starting to think that maybe there might be a machine civil war or something. And they need Neo back. They plugged him back into the Matrix, but they need him to be a warrior again. They need his help because they used his help to defeat Agent Smith in the original trilogy of movies. We have some stuff happening on a train. Neo using his Kung Fu again. This is a badass shot with Morpheus. Badass suit. Just shooting. 2 guns. Guns akimbo. That's a big theme or motif in the original Matrix movie. But just when I said that Trinity was obviously a program, here she is. It looks like she's actually still plugged into the Matrix. So I don't know. Maybe they got her body. Maybe they were able to revive her. I don't know. It'd be great because I love Carrie-Anne Moss. And I'm not sure what she's doing here. Maybe she has some kind of banshee power. Here is Morpheus touching a mirror. I don't know what happened in there. Maybe that's flashback to when he was still plugged in and discovering the Matrix itself. Because as you notice, there's that green tint to this scene, indicative of the earlier Matrix. And then this blue-haired female character fighting the police. And if you wanted any more indication that she's the Trinity of this movie, she runs up the wall and shoots backwards, which is even more badass. And of course, the agent right here is using bullet time to dodge her bullets. And then we have Morpheus here. I don't know what Morpheus is dressed up like an agent. Maybe infiltrated the agents or something. And then this is a shot from that looks a lot like a shot from the Matrix Reloaded. And here again, this is a callback to that probably the greatest fight scene of all time between Neo and Agent Smith. So I'm not sure who he's fighting here, but somehow Neo is knocking back all these SWAT officers with some power. And here he is blocking bullets, so he's back to his old self. And here's Trinity on her motorcycle, and Neo hanging on for dear life. Neo deflecting a missile. Jumping off a building with Trinity. And then one of my most favorite cameos of this trailer is Jonathan Groff from Manhunter. He did the voice of Kristoff in Frozen 2, and he was in Hamilton as King George III. This guy is so cool. I don't know why. I got a feeling like I'm not sure who he's playing here. I got some Architect vibes, though. Maybe a younger version of Architect? Maybe? I don't know. But this trailer has me pumped. I didn't know I needed this movie. And we get the official name for the movie is not Matrix 4. It's actually Matrix resurrections. That's plural. So not only is Neo getting resurrected, probably Trinity, maybe Morpheus, the Oracle, the Merovingian, all these different. Well, I guess they technically they didn't die, but they were programs that getting rebooted. And even here in the credits, based on the characters created by the Wachowskis, not the Wachowski brothers, the Wachowskis. And I don't recognize any of these writers except for Lena Wachowski, but David Mitchell, Alexander Heman, never heard those names. And it's available on HBO Max for 31 days from theatrical release, which means I can actually see this movie. Because one of my regrets right now is I can't go into theaters because I'm just not going to risk my life, even though I've been vaccinated. And I couldn't see Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings because it's only playing in theaters. I couldn't see Free Guy because it's only in theaters. So there we have it, the Matrix trailer. I can't wait. It's coming out in December 22nd, this year. Not next year, this year. And on HBO Max. That's all I got for today. I'd like to thank my subscribers. Encourage you. Hit that subscribe button. Give me a like down below. Comment. Tell me what you think. Do you agree with me? With any point I made in this video. And until next time, I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching.